No, I'm not nearly as nervous as I was 37 years ago, but I admit I'm just as excited as I've ever been.
What do you look for from an opening weekend from your team?
Probably the most unusual game that we will play all year. You will see things that as a coach you got to be sure that you keep your cool, because there's no telling. There's going to be signs missed. There's going to be excitement that people forget what we've done for the last 3.5, 4 weeks. It's just something that I think the guy that I had in the minor league said it best. There's only one opening day, and it's not like anything that you'll experience all year.
Having the experience with this team, do you approach an opening weekend a little bit different?
Well, they will, and that makes it fun, or I should say funner, for us as coaches. But you'll see some freshmen do things out of character. We've done a little of that already in scrimmages, but opening day is unlike any other day.
What did Drew do to earn that opening day start?
Drew is just a guy that throws the ball where he wants it to be thrown. I think his location is what keeps him effective. He's not an overpowering guy, but he will throw the ball where he's looking.
Coach, you mentioned you're more excited. Oh, bless you. Take two. You mentioned you're more excited than ever. What makes you so excited this time around?
Just because we've still got some young guys that need to grow up, and the only way they're going to grow up is get out here in front of these great fans and be challenged, whether it's a ground ball hit to them in a double play situation, or whether it's moving a runner over in a sacrifice situation, or just doing the things it takes as a good teammate to keep the program moving upward. Some guys that aren't playing are experiencing that for the first time in their life. These guys played on their high school team and hit third and fourth, and they're not playing here. But they've got to stay tough. You never know what happened. As a sideline, last year, Jackson Luke hit 9th. Taylor Walls hit 7th. This year, Taylor Walls leads off. Jackson Luke hit 2nd.
Drew said he developed a cutter just throwing in the backyard with his brother, and it just worked out really nicely for him. Is it common for a pitcher to come back and say, "Hey, check this out," or how's that worked out?
I think that's really what excited me more than anything, was when I saw hitters swinging at it and missing it, and I knew that he had thrown the cutter. Let's face it, one guy threw it 99% of the time and was one of the best relief pitchers to ever pitch. The cutter is a great equalizer. Drew's cutter, I hope, will get better as the season goes on. I can say this, it has improved greatly in the last 4 months since we started back in September.
Coach, with this pitching staff, we were asking Drew, nobody knew. I mean, same week in rotation, but how exciting is that to have a group of guys that have been here and done that, so to speak?
It's something that I'm not obviously used to having. It's fun for us as coaches also to know that the bullpen has experience. We just got to be sure we can piece it all together. Very proud of the 3 guys that are in the weekend rotation now. There's still a battle going on. Nothing is in concrete. I'm just pleased with their approach and the way that they understand the game. I mean, they're going to pitch on weekends. Every game is just as big as the other. The Friday night game is no more important than the Sunday game. People talk about, well, you need to win the first one. Well, this is not a regional tournament. This is a 3-game series that 3 games are going to be played. Unless you get rained out like we did last year half the dadgum time.
Have you made a decision on the closer yet?
I'll probably close with Voyles this weekend. The reason for that is we'll use the fourth starter, Andrew Karp, an inning or two Friday or Saturday because he's scheduled to pitch Tuesday, which will enable us to take Voyles and then move him back to the closer role. That's not sealed in concrete. There's some guys that are pitching very well, Stephen Wells being one of them. I was very impressed yesterday with Brandon Wrights, a freshman. And certainly you've got Ed Voyles that threw well. Birdie's been pitching well. Will Zierzow is a guy that we're not afraid to give the ball to. 4 or 5 guys have been impressive in the last 2 weeks, and I named them. I think I named all 4 of them. Voyles would be the guy that we would look to close, and it would be a great lift to have that luxury.
So, and then do you need to see how guys do in that specific situation to evaluate them? I mean, will you use it if Voyles struggles at all? Will you try other guys, or are you going to stick with him for a while?
I would think that we would try other guys because we know how he pitches in the middle. He proved that last year. It would be a new role for him. I don't think he's going to be the least bit intimidated. I don't think he'll change anything, but some guys are more comfortable in the middle, and the middle is just as important. Look what Dylan Silva and Jim Voyles did for us in the last 2 years.
You said Taylor's going to lead off for you this year. Why do you put him in that spot? What do you want to see out of him?
Well, there's a couple of ways to answer that, Jake. I'd say the first one, it means he's going to hit more than anybody else in the lineup. He's a tough out. He's not going to chase. He can bunt. He'll do anything it takes to get on base, and Taylor Walsh can turn a walk into a double.